Ronaldo made an emotional return to United last summer, and despite an impressive individual season, the club couldn't break into the top four of the Premier League. The Portugal international has now intimated that he wants out. Last year, Ronaldo's summer ended with his agent Jorge Mendes going on a virtual roadshow of European clubs to see if there was a deal to be struck. From Paris Saint-Germain to Manchester City, and eventually his return to Old Trafford, where he signed for Manchester United in the final hours of the transfer window. As preparations go, it was suboptimal for everybody concerned. His previous club, Juventus, were dealing with a summer of budgetary and sporting uncertainty. United and then manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer drew up a blueprint to play a certain way, working on it all summer, only to rip it up when Ronaldo landed because, especially at this stage of his career, he's unlike anybody else who plays the game. Both clubs endured disappointing seasons, and while the previous summer's uncertainty wasn't the only reason, far from it, it certainly didn't help. United now have a new manager, Ten Hag, and they're beavering away in Australia on tour, coming to grips with his style of play, while Ronaldo remains in Portugal dealing with a personal matter. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that once again, we're in suboptimal territory. Ten Hag was presumably hired on the basis of the football he played with Ajax, a proactive, fast-paced 4-3-3 based around pressing and possession. Stylistically, for United, it represents a 180-degree turn from what they played most of last season. Ten Hag himself said it would take a while to get to where he wants them to be. Publicly, Ronaldo has not yet returned to preseason training with the English club because of what has been described as personal reasons. The expectation, recently hired United manager Ten Hag repeats on an almost daily basis, is that Ronaldo will be back before the Premier League begins and be a key member of the board. The reality, it seems, is different. Ronaldo reportedly wants out after just one season back at Old Trafford, with United no longer in the Champions League or in shape to compete with the best teams in England like Manchester City and Liverpool. United finished 6th last season, 35 points behind first place City. So while the rest of the United squad has been on tour in Thailand and Australia, getting match sharp and acquainted with Ten Hag and his methods, Ronaldo has been back home in Portugal with his family, while his agent Jorge Mendes shops around seeking a new club for his most famous client. Currently, there's no buyer. No UCL. Cristiano Ronaldo has made an official request to leave Manchester United this summer so he can continue to play Champions League football next season, sources have confirmed to ESPN. The news was first reported by The Times. The Portugal captain returned to United a year ago for a second stint at Old Trafford and scored 18 goals in 30 league appearances, but the team finished 6th in the Premier League and didn't qualify for next season's elite European club competition. Despite his stated respect and love for United and their fans, the former Real Madrid star feels he needs the motivation of playing in the Champions League in the last stage of his career. Ronaldo is said to view playing in the Champions League and competing for major trophies as essential. Reduction in wage. Cristiano Ronaldo is reportedly upset as his wages have been reduced by 25% by his club Manchester United. According to reports, Ronaldo wants to move away from the Old Trafford and has requested United to let him leave this summer if they get an acceptable bid. According to the Manchester Evening News, Ronaldo has grown impatient with their response to a disastrous season. United finished in the 6th position in the Barclays Premier League and crashed out of the Champions League in the round of 16. The team had a disappointing season and were not able to win any major silverware. In addition to all these issues, the report claims that Ronaldo has further been upset due to a 25% cut in the salaries of the players as a result of their failure to qualify for the Champions League. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner made an emotional return to Old Trafford in the summer of 2021, signing an impressive contract, earning £480,000 per week. The salary deduction meant that the global icon will now earn a basic weekly wage of £360,000 while the club plays in the UEFA Europa League. Ignorant teammates. Cristiano Ronaldo has been left baffled by the lack of extra work undertaken by the majority of the Manchester United squad, according to reports. The Portuguese star returned to Old Trafford in the summer following 12 years away. His relentless drive and standards was tipped to further a team who had finished 3rd and 2nd in each of the past 2 seasons. That hasn't materialized, however, with Ronaldo's United side languishing in 7th. The number 7, now 36, is known for his desire to put in the extra work, which has allowed him to remain in top shape despite his age, and the Daily Mail reports that Ronaldo cannot believe the lack of players who stay after training to work on various aspects of their fitness. He also complained privately that he is one of the only players in the squad who goes to the gym to do extra work before and after training at Carrington. United's lackluster session has already seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer losing his job. Would his exit be a problem for United? Yes, absolutely. As the Athletic's Manchester United correspondent Laurie Whitwell wrote, new manager Ten Hag has been preparing for Ronaldo's presence in his team and emphasized the point at his unveiling. So Ronaldo's desire to leave creates turbulence, especially as United are yet to secure any of their prime transfer targets. Attacking additions are further down the list, meaning Ten Hag would have to get creative if needing to fill a gap at center forward. His place at the point of United's attack was not without issues though, so a departure could allow space for Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho to flourish. Still, United would be heading into a campaign without a recognized striker, and options in the market are limited. Two former targets in Erling Haaland and Darwin Núñez have already joined rivals. New Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is expected to recreate a brand of the high-intensity style he employed at Ajax, which raises questions about how Ronaldo will cope with his demands if he remains at the club. While Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville has admitted pressing is not Ronaldo's strong point, he feels Ten Hag will want someone who can put the ball in the back of the net 20 or 25 times. Ronaldo's 24 goals in all competitions last season dwarfed the return of his teammate. Bruno Fernandes was the club's next highest scorer on 10 goals, followed by Mason Greenwood on 6. Once a tricky and dynamic winger, Ronaldo has now evolved into a prolific number 9, but has shown he can still link up effectively with those behind him. Ten Hag could look to use the veteran in a similar way to how he deployed Dusan Tadic while Ajax boss. During the 2018-19 season, when Ten Hag's side reached the Champions League semi-finals, Tadic played up front, but combined well with Hakim Ziyech and David Neres on either wing and Donny van de Beek just behind him. That system worked perfectly for Ten Hag, with each player complementing each other, but if the 52-year-old is to successfully implement a similar setup next season, finding the right personnel to fit around Ronaldo is a must. Neither Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Ralf Rangnick were able to work out the correct formula, but Ronaldo's prolific form in front of goal means Ten Hag would surely want his team to function productively with the 37-year-old in it, at least during his first year in charge. Are Ronaldo's concerns about United's transfer business justified? In a sense, yes. Champions Manchester City have already strengthened this summer, bringing in Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez, and Stefan Ortega. Liverpool, meanwhile, have signed Darwin Núñez to bolster their already brilliant front line. The strongest sides in the Premier League are just getting stronger, while Champions League winners Real Madrid have been active in bringing in Aurelien Tchouameni and Antonio Rudiger to improve their squad. It's easy to see why he would be frustrated at a perceived slow start to the window for United. Click this video to watch remarkable goals of Cristiano Ronaldo. See you there!